Hello everyone, it's Max McAllister. I'm back with another episode in my series, checking my mic every time, of how to build an epic outdoor FireRock fireplace and Waterwall feature in your backyard. I'm going to touch back on some of the stuff where we've gotten into our Waterwall feature, and I'm going to blow through some of that. So in the case of what I did, there's no plan to follow, there's no right, there's no wrong. The way I determined what I wanted to do, I had a fireplace that we knew where we were going to locate, and then off of that, I wanted to angle a water feature so that we kind of created a cubby hole type nature in our whole backyard between our hot tub, our water feature, our fireplace, and our decks and our patio. And so there's no right and wrong in this. What we decided, we wanted to be able to sit on the bench and admire the water feature. We wanted to be able to sit back from it and admire it. We wanted to be able to sit on it and put our feet into the water. And I'll show you very, very late in this series how cool that works out and how we did that to where you can put your feet in this special gravel that works like a massage for your feet. It's really, really nice. And the water feature is spectacular. So here we are at ground zero, and I just made a shape. We determined a width that we determined would be minimally acceptable to us as far as width. Depth was only a minor concern. We knew that it was going to be capped with a bench here. We wanted a contiguous bench with our fireplace. So this is going to be about 18 to, depending on the thickness of the stone, 18 inches plus deep into the fireplace. But we're going to have to take a bunch of that up with concrete and stuff to put plumbing and a drain in. So here's our drain. It has a super low profile 90-degree fitting on it. Which way am I going? Let me go the right way. Here's my wall. I built my wall up. I interlocked blocks because I just have a huge vertical wall with no reason to stop it from just falling over backwards into my yard. So to give it some structural integrity, I made a 90-degree, slightly less than 90-degree wall just because of my structure. Interlaced block wall with rebar pushed down through it and poured concrete poured down into the joint in between. And then we used rebar and poured concrete in between several segments of it here, here, and here, so that the wall had a great deal of structural integrity. There's what it looks like with our little drain and its hole, which will eventually be filled all up with concrete. We're kind of getting the look of what it's going to look like from our hot tub and how that's going to play out. There's the view of the back wall of how that's going to look. There's Ruckus doing an inspection. Front view, a couple of chairs where we might sit with coffee and have fire in the morning or at night. I talked about how handling cinder blocks without gloves injured my fingers so badly that they're injured to this day, and I still have not been cured. The dermatologists are still trying to figure out. I got so much concrete, dirt, and dust embedded in my fingers from working without gloves that my fingers have not healed properly. So don't do what I did. All right. Now, in this series, you have not yet seen my super bad to the bone concrete loader chute 9000 that I made. But here you get your first chance to see it. I haven't created a plan for this. This is the concrete mixer we bought from Home Depot, which I told you was integral to the whole success of this project. It was like 360 bucks. We beat the holy hell out of that poor thing. It'll take two 60-pound bags. It'll actually take two 80-pound bags of concrete or mortar at a time. It's hard on it with the 80s. The 60s is much better. But the problem is, for a mortal human, even one who's relatively strong and relatively fit in doing this work on a regular basis, just holding huge heavy bags of concrete is difficult. Now, if you had a professional grade mortar mixer, it's a totally different machine where you just walk up with the bag and throw it up there. It falls on this giant spike and busts the bag open, and you just lift it and it pours down into the machine. With these, homeowner grade, do-it-yourself type machines, you're not going to have that luxury. So you would virtually have to hold the bag. It's impossible. So I built this chute, as you can see, out of just 2x4s. I kind of perfected it over time. If you pull the pin on the Cushman concrete mixer, turn it sideways 90 degrees, the mouth will be at a certain distance. So I have it set. There's an angle on it, and we put the bag there, and we overhang the bag slightly into the mouth of the concrete mixer. And then you take a sheetrock drywall saw, stab it in the bag, and just rip it across. You need to make sure you start and catch the side, because you can't just cut a hole in the top because it kind of still sits there. You got to start and cut the side so that the whole mouth pops open on the bag. The mortar or the concrete will begin to pour in, and then you can just tip it up a little bit. But this is holding it for you while you do all that work. I screwed a couple little screws on the side, and I would hang my sheetrock saw on the side when I was done. We kept a separate hose there. You're going to want hoses run everywhere. And so you buy splitters at Home Depot. They have splitters that'll do 1 hose, 2 hose, 3 hose, 4 hose. Make sure you have a hose going right to your mixer and hoses going wherever you need one, because otherwise you're always fighting all day. Give me the hose, give me the hose, give me the hose. A waste of time, right? You're just killing yourself over 20 bucks. Take the 20 bucks out because you're already saving 30,000. So take 20 bucks out and buy another freaking hose, right? And keep your hose nearby for cleaning, washing, and mixing the next batch of concrete. Now, cloths or drop cloths you want to have everywhere, because this mortar is just going all over the place. You're going to be making a mess. You're going to be tracking through all kinds of stuff and dragging stuff all over your project site. So to minimize that, just make sure you have drop cloths down everywhere, covering all aspects of your site. And then, so we would bring our bags in, mix 2 at a time, let the machine do the work, and then we would turn them and pour them in. So that's where we're at right now. So here we are about to pour, and there's our low profile 90, our drain for our thing. And we're going to start pouring some concrete in there. All right, here we are. Now, just so you understand this, you are not supposed to burn logs in your firebox for 30 days after you fully complete the construction of it. Now, what they don't want is any significant heat generated in the firebox during that time period, because what you're trying to do is wait for time in nature to fully cure the bricks so that all of the moisture leaves the fire bricks and the mortar, and that everything is fully cured before you put heat to it. When you do put heat to it, there is a procedure which starts with half of a Duraflame fire log. You burn one of those, half of one night, you burn a half another night a couple days later, and then you can burn a whole one on another night. And after that, your firebox is fully cured. But none of that takes place for the first 30 days where you do nothing. So every once in a while, we would just light this just so that for a goof, because we just wanted to try and enjoy something. So now here is our water wall with the concrete poured in the bottom, and I stopped it about an inch below where I set the neck height of the the drain. And that's because I'm going to come in with mortar and I'm going to form this and make it look like a bathtub. Okay? Now, at this point, you will never find one word, one source, 1 inch, 1 ounce of information on the internet other than what I'm telling you right now about how to do this. There isn't one person that will help you do what I'm going to tell you to do right now. No one. Because this was very difficult for me to get through. And I had to really dig to find anyone to give me 2 seconds of their time to give me advice on how to do this. They're like, well, we'll come do that for you. It's only $18,000. Okay, but I want to do it myself. Yeah, but we'll do it for $18,000. How about we do it for $16,000? Yeah, I'm a pretty handy guy, you know, and I've already got it this far. All I want to do is how do I get the mortar in the bottom and make it. All right, we'll do it for $12,873. Yeah, I'm going to do it for about $250. So, all right, so that's the way that went down. So here is concrete in the bottom of my fireplace. I'm sorry, concrete in the bottom of my water feature. The wine is starting to catch up, as you can tell. And so this is awaiting the next level, which will be mortar, so as I try and form the bathtub-shaped corners up into the fireplace. And I'm sorry, water feature. And here it is, Ruckus again, on the job, helping me accomplish my mission. All right, so here we see this. There's Ruckus right there. Here's my little buddy. He's very funny. Actually, here we are. We were just at the rock yard studying the different styles of stones and processes. All right, and this is an important part. I'm actually going to probably stop, and I should stop and talk about this, but I'll just go on. You're going to get hurt if you want to do this yourself. So you are going to be cut, beaten, broken, bruised. You're going to bleed. You might break bones. There's going to be pain. If you want to do a hard, complicated, heavy stone project like this is hard work. This is not for the faint of heart. Don't take on a project like this if you're not willing to cut yourself, bleed, crush your fingertips, drop a stone on your foot and crush your toe. Like if you're not willing to have a stone bash your shin, if you're not willing to have a saw blade cut your wrist or your arm or something by chance, this is not a job for you. You're gonna bleed. It's gonna hurt. So just be prepared for that. So this is a 14-inch gas-powered stone saw. The day that we're gonna do all the cap work for all of our benches and stuff. So this is going to be a good place to stop with my dangerous safety warning, and I'm going to come back and reiterate in the next video, and I'll be right back. All right, so this is Max. Don't forget to like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel.